VR will be the next big thing in education, just like artificial intelligence. But with this video, I will prepare you what to expect. My name is Lucas, I'm a gamification coach, and here we support teachers engage their students through stories and technology. In this video, we'll specifically look at virtual reality or VR and how this will change sports, science, and general language learnings like history and also religion. So let's get started with that. The first time I was introduced to VR, I was kind of suspicious because I heard people were getting motion sick and the quality wasn't as good as like regular video games. But actually being in the headset, experiencing that, being in a different world and like engaging with that completely changed my mind, and I realized the potential of VR and what all is possible. The first subject that VR will completely change is physical activities and sports, because with VR you can be immersed in this sports directly. You just require like some space around you and then you're good to go. The first game that I ever played was Speed Saber, and afterwards I was like so exhausted, but it was one of the funnest experiences that I had because it is a game that combines music with Star Wars. So you can listen to your favorite song while for every beat there comes a box flying in and you have to cut the box with a lightsaber or also duck sometimes. So you have an inclusion of like arm movement as well as squats and moving around. So perfect for physical exercise and also engagement, and time just flies with that. Other examples to kind of help with exercise in VR would be the Thrill of the Fight, which is a boxing simulator. So you have to like shadow box in a way, but you actually have an opponent that you can go against. Also very nice that you cannot really injure yourself as long as you have enough space around you. And the third one is the climb, where you get to explore beautiful sceneries and climbing on mountains. And if you want to get this to the next level, you can use resistance bands, stand on them, and kind of have them here on your arms, and then use it to climb up something and also look at the beautiful scenery. And with the new headsets now, it actually looks incredible. It's very difficult to see on the monitor, but when you're actually inside of the game and you can look around, it's a complete different experience. The second subject, VR, is going to completely change in education is science in general. Because with VR, you have an endless amount of possibilities and you are able to give your students tools that they can use to actually experience the science that you want them to learn. So for example, in biology, you can shrink them to the size of a blood molecule and have them explore the human body and even the brain. And maybe to take this to the next stage, you can simulate attack from outside, and then you would be in charge of defending against this infection from your immune system. Or similarly, you could use this shrinking down method in chemistry to see how molecules and atoms are fit together, and you could even expand yourself to the size of the planet and then explore the solar system and kind of go into the physics direction there. So just playing around with these possibilities allows your students to just see this world and actually interact with that instead of reading in it in a textbook. The last array of subjects that VR will be changing forever in the education system is every subject that is connected to storytelling. So yes, English and all the other languages, but also history and religion. Because with VR, you get to experience the stories as if you are part of that, instead of being an observer. So you can go from watching a movie to playing a video game, to dreaming, to lucid dreaming. And when you're actually in this world, so let's take history. We can actually travel back in time and interact with Julius Caesar and feel how it was like to live under the Roman Empire. And then we can also take the religious path and see how Jesus was gathering his apostles and how this whole story played out. And because the students will actually experience that, they will have a much better understanding and also retention of what happened compared to reading about this in a textbook. We're still in the early stages of VR, but just like artificial intelligence just sprang upon us, VR will do the same thing in the education system. And if you want to stay up to date with the current trends and ways you can engage your students even better, go and join the Discord, because there we have this community with other like-minded teachers who all want to help their students become the best version of themselves.